Hey bot fans, I just got done watching the first 3 rounds of the 2025 season of NHRL. Let's talk about it. National Havoc Robot League, also known as NHRL, is arguably the greatest robot combat event to ever exist. I'm serious. The league recently finished their 2024 season back in December, but now it's 2025 and they've already had 3 rounds of the new season. All 3 of these rounds are available on their YouTube channel under the live stream tab. Each of the primetime live streams are around 3 hours long, but trust me, if you're a robot combat enthusiast, these 3-hour videos are quality entertainment. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I just got done watching all 3 of those rounds, so that's 3, 6, 9 hours of viewing, but it was a lot of fun and I managed to compile a list of my top 3 favorite fights from each round. From the opening round, which took place on February 1st, sitting at number 3 on my list is Maximizer versus Psycho. This was a classic horizontal versus vertical fight, and the creator-driver of Psycho is none other than Jameson Go. For the first half of the fight, it looked like Jameson and Psycho were going to be the victors, but Psycho ended up dying before the buzzer, which gave Maximizer the win. My second favorite fight from round 1 was Comet versus Basics. This was an epic vertical spinner versus beater bar 3-pound battle. This was a very back and forth battle that went all the way to a split decision. I absolutely would have hated to be a judge for this fight because it was just so good. Comet came out the victor, though, of this beautiful back and forth duel. And my favorite fight from opening night of NHRL 2025 was Promheta versus Maximizer. Promheta is captained by Zach Knight and Maximizer is captained by Jake Hoffman. These two are actually teammates, so this was the ideal 12-pound final for Team Defective. It was a great final fight with lots of big hits, but what made it my favorite fight was that we all thought Promheta's weapon had died halfway through the fight, but then with seconds left on the clock, literally 15 seconds I think, the weapon came back to life, he got a few more hits in, and they won by unanimous decision. Now let's talk about Round 2. Round 2 of NHRL 2025 took place on March 1st. My third favorite fight from Round 2 was Jackalope versus Turbo Fiend. This was another great back and forth battle between 2 vertical spinners, and it went all the way down to a judge's decision. I think Jackalope ended up winning, though, because it had more control points. I don't know, I could be wrong about that, though. It was a good fight. My second favorite fight was the 30-pound final between Kaza Light and Ares. Kaza Light is a flamethrower multi-bot, and Ares has a beater bar. Although Ares was tossing those 2 smaller bots all around the cage, Kaza Light just would not die. The flames just kept coming, and eventually, Ares' weapon died. Kaza Light, of course, took home the golden dumpster. And my favorite fight from round 2 was Ares versus Emulsifier. What a match. Absolutely incredible driving, absolutely insane hits. It went the full 3 minutes. It was a split decision. It was just so good. Please go check out this fight if you have the time. The most recent round of this season's NHRL took place on April 5th. My third favorite fight from this round was Chainsaw Kitty versus Strike Point. Kitty's a vert and Strike Point is a hammer saw. This was a great fight. The first 2 minutes seemed to be going Strike Point's way, but in that final minute, it was all Kitty. She dominated the end of that match and ended up getting a unanimous decision win. My second favorite fight of the night was Caldera versus Usagi. This was an epic driving battle between these 2 3-pound bots. Usagi did a great job keeping that big wedge pointed at Caldera's weapon, and even got a few shots with a hammer saw, I think. But by the end of the fight, Caldera's unstoppable horizontal spinner ended up dealing more damage and got them the win. Alright guys, we are finally down to our last fight. My favorite fight from round 3 was actually the 3-pound bot final. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but all of my favorites from this round have all been 3-pound battles. I don't know what it is, but those 3-pounders are just so much fun to watch. Chainsaw Kitty versus Caldera. I think this was the final everyone was hoping for. The best vertical of the night versus the best horizontal. The drivers were friends and rivals. There were massive hits, damage dealt to both bots, fantastic driving, and yeah, I don't know, we just didn't want the fight to end, honestly, but it did end in a knockout win for Chainsaw Kitty. Congratulations to Kazaya, because this obviously meant a lot to her, and she definitely earned it. Alright guys, that about does it for this video, but overall I've really been enjoying NHRL. It's not just something to watch while we wait for BattleBots. No, it's absolutely fantastic on its own, and definitely a new favorite sport of mine. The fights are great, the format is great, the production value is fantastic, and the people are probably my favorite part. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. Thanks so much for hanging out, and if you made it this far, type in the comments, Being Supreme. Alright bot fans, I'll see you in the next one.